Good hello! Welcome back to Onion Skin. It's good to be back. Where have I been? Where am I going? What's going on here? If you're a long-time viewer of this channel, you may realize that it's been pretty all over the place. Just, well, always. I don't tend to make a habit of update videos. It's a bit of a turn-off to me when people on YouTube get all excited about their plans, announce them to the audience, and just as quickly that enthusiasm wears away, and they're ultimately unable to deliver on their promises. I'm glad I've kept this in mind, otherwise this channel would most certainly have dozens of unrealized mission statements. However, the downside of keeping such a rule has meant that there's just long periods of radio silence with no explanation at all. A general lack of communication from me to you. Suddenly, there's a couple of videos here and there, and then I'm gone again. Today, I intend to change things and take a bit of a risk by announcing what's going on and try my best to follow it through. Tutorials for the internet have always just been a hobby. It doesn't really earn an income. What it has done though is help more people than I thought it did. The best reward has been walking into a new studio, finding a few people who recognize my voice from across the room. So the fact that my videos have helped real people get actual jobs in this industry is pretty nuts. But at the same time, it's frankly a little embarrassing because I don't believe that these videos are quite up to snuff. They can't be used to find most everything you would want to know, and especially not with any real structure. Yeah, but where have you been? This past year I've been helping out on this show. This is Space Chickens in Space. But I don't think it's been released anywhere outside of Australia yet, unfortunately. So, a healthy direction for tutorials. What does that look like? I think one of the most common compliments I tend to receive is that there's like minimal fluff. They're fairly to the point, I guess. You know, if you're learning a new program and you've hit a snag, you just want to be able to Google the answer, find it, and get back to what you're doing without having to scrub through half an hour of mega tutorial with 10 minutes of intros and outros with all the like, comment, subscribe, all that junk, just to find that specific 30 seconds that actually answers your question. So, over the next few weeks, I'm going to be experimenting with releasing like 30-second nuggets each day. After a bit, let me know if you think it's working and we'll go from there. Personally, that way I think it means things can be coming out a bit more consistently and every video is right to the point. After enough time, there should be so many that any problem you find yourself in, there should be like a little half-minute thing showing you how to get back out again. So yeah, I'll give that a try and see if you like it. Exploration videos. Sometimes the journey of discovery is the most interesting part. So rather than making the nuggets based on any given research, I'm going to try documenting that journey of discovery as well. There's a lot going on there that's quite cool and I think you'll get a kick out of it. The first one will come out in a couple of days, showing the process behind the teasy thingy with all the hexagons. That thing there. Because that was an interesting day. Read Between the Frames. Read Between the Frames was a popular sub-series that retired nearly a year ago now, would you believe? People do seem to be rather fond of them though. The most common comment on that is simply, do more please. The downside of that project is they do take a lot longer than everything else comparatively, and they carry the risk of getting slammed by the copyright stuff even before they get out. There's episodes that have never even seen the light of day, and others that, although they did get released, they have since become blocked. So typically that segment isn't monetized, and I do what I can to make sure there's nothing dodgy going on. But there are about half a dozen more that I'm really keen to do, so keep an eye out. There just might be a second season of that to come. I'm making a game! Next, this is the biggie. I'm working on a game. Now that I'm between studio gigs, I'm focusing the majority of my energy making a game that has been on the shelf for also about a year now. And because it's just my own thing, it's not for a company, there's no NDAs, I don't have to hide any of it. I can share the entire process if I want. So I've already started doing recaps at the end of the workday, showing the assets that I've been building and how they work. So together we can sort of watch the project grow, and you lot can have some input along the way. There's no Kickstarter or Patreon for it. I've done some saving and I'm kind of just putting everything on the line and funding it all from pocket. So all I hope is that when it's done, some of you may be interested in checking it out, so I don't die. So what's my schedule going to look like? Currently, it's 4 days working on the game and 1 full day of Onion Skin a week. The result of which is actually 2 uploads every day, which is by far the highest output I've ever had. 1 nugget a day and 1 something else. Typically it'll be the journey of creating some of the assets for the game, but they'll sort of double up as tutorials and things in of themselves as I experiment with different techniques and stuff through the programs animating it. Most of it will be Toon Boom, of course. And hopefully scattered throughout there will be larger, more traditional 5 to 15 minute Onion Skin videos. This will be the plan for approximately the next month. Then I'll see where I'm at, gather your feedback, wish lists, and kind of go from there. Onion Skin has always been a very collaborative channel. The audience is nice and niche, which means I get to know many of you as individuals. I often go to commenters' channels and watch their animations too, so individual commenters really do make a difference and have quite a degree of influence. So if you're not usually the commenting type, I encourage you to make an exception because it will get noticed, and I do take requests, constructive feedback into account, so in order to make sure that this place is going to be beneficial to you all. Thank you very much for sticking around through my sporadic absences over the years, and fingers crossed I won't be letting you down, eh? Take care, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Bye.